Hey guys, hey, I wised up. I am sitting on the steps, which happen to have a gate attached. There will be no interruptions from my furry friends this time, and hopefully not the kids because they're still awake too, but we'll manage that if it happens. Today I just wanted to share with you, well, obviously, I learn more than one thing, which is very cool because I'm uber aware of the things I want to talk to you about, potential things that I'm learning, and things that make me think. And so today I learned, I should say relearned, because there's a lot of things that we learn over and over and over again, and it's possible they've been put in our life, these lessons, on repeat so that we can actually learn from them, because I don't know about you, but I've had this same lesson taught over and over and over again because clearly I haven't gotten there. Clearly I haven't learned. So today there was a guest speaker at our church, and he talked about a lot of time, similar to what I've been sharing a lot about, is that there's one you, that there's no one else like you, that you have gifts to share, you have strengths that you can give the world that no one else can. And so he kind of solidified that fact that we can go into this mode of analysis paralysis, and it keeps us down. It keeps us inactive. It keeps fear in charge of our life. And so today I learned that, I had a real life example of this, because before his message, some of the team from our church, they're a brilliant team, the video team, they asked for anyone who has a testimony or a story to share on the season that we're learning called Unseen at Northridge Church. If you want to check it out, there's a shameless plug, to see if there's anybody who wanted to share something that's touched them, something that's motivated them and inspired them to change. And I felt a nudge to do that, but I figured there's probably going to be a line. I'm not really needing to add any of my anything that I've gleaned necessarily, because there's plenty of people who will do it. And run into, after service, one of the two that kind of engaged with the crowd and asked them to do this, and he said that nobody was doing it. And suddenly I got the biggest knot in my stomach and knew I had to do it. And we try to teach the kids that fear is a lie, that we face our fears head on and we just mow through it, because that's the only way to overcome it, is just to smash the walls of fear. In fact, that's the book, so read it. Oftentimes, I get so caught in that analysis paralysis. I just overthink the situation. Like, well, what do I have to say that somebody else isn't going to say? What else could I have to offer? It goes all the way back to what I keep preaching to you guys about. And I know preaching, I do that. I'm sorry. I get on my stoop and I go. So that I had an opportunity to show my kids, to show myself a real life example of how to face your fear. And so, feeling nudged, I actually did just that. I shared my story. I shared what touched me in this service, in this series. What was it that I needed to learn? And I shared it with the crew. And so we'll see what comes of it. I mean, I feel like, I didn't put my face on this morning, and I had all these reservations, and again, feeling like I was just overthinking it. And so just instead of doing all those things, went through with it. And I just have to believe that it'll be used to glorify God and hopefully inspire somebody else, because I did what I felt I should do in the moment, instead of just sitting on it and thinking that it'll be managed with other people's stories. I acted upon it. And so I feel like, and Pastor Harvey mentioned that today, that if more people acted on the right thing, there'd be so much change in this world, wouldn't there? If we stopped talking, if we stopped thinking and just got up off our butts and started doing, so much more would change. So much more love and acceptance and empowerment would be because of that effective change. Like, we can't be effective if we're on our couches. We can't be effective if we're in analysis paralysis. It's just fear taking over. We're not overcoming fear. Fear is overcoming us. And I know that together we can face fear and we can make an impact and we can change because we have gifts that this world needs to have, needs to see. And so I empower you, I implore you to share your gifts with everyone. Face those fears because they're lies, they're bold-faced lies that you just need to push down. Walk right over them and do what you know in your heart you need to do. And we'll see what amazing things happen from that. Maybe just in your immediate circle at first, but then you know what? What happens to the water when you drop a rock in it? There's a ripple effect. And I believe that there could be a ripple effect just by you making change where you are. Where you are. Because whoever is impacted by your courage will then impact whoever's in their life by their courage. So let's do this. Let's face our fears, take this world by storm, share our gifts, and see what happens. We'll talk soon.